How's it going, guys? We're back in another video here, and tomorrow is going to be the Gallery of Greats event in NHL 25. So I'm gonna have my predictions here on who we might see tomorrow, if not week one, maybe week two. It's hard because this event did happen last year, so they probably won't have repeat MSPs. So I try my best to have some new guys. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe if not already, and let's hop into the video right now. First off, guys, I'm gonna go with Mario Lemieux. So Mario Lemieux, in my opinion, has to get a card because he didn't get one last year, nor did Gretzky. So you can make the case Gretzky and Lemieux are both going to get MSPs. It just would make sense. 6'4", 230, sniper forward, agility boost is what this card has. But I just feel like Lemieux is a card that, I mean, you don't actually have a Gallery of Greats event. Lemieux should get a card. I feel like there's just not many other players you can justify getting MSPs, out of all these great legendary players. But, they'll probably find a way. But I think Lemieux is a guy that we could definitely expect to see, or maybe we won't, but I think Lemieux is my first prediction. Next up, I got Ray Bourque, guys. I think Ray Bourque definitely is going to get a card here. And the reason is, I mean, Ray Bourque's easily one of the best defensemen of all time here, and he has not gotten many cards, if any at all. I don't think he's got any upgrades this year. And I mean, Ray Bourque, we all know how legendary he is. Certainly one of the best ever to play. And, he's always an OFD. So the only thing about Ray Bourque's cards typically is he's going to be all offense, no defense. I mean, as you can see on this 83 overall card, his body checking is only 78. But you know what? It's still an unreal card. It'll be probably, I'm sure they'll be like 89 overall, the MSPs. I would be shocked if they weren't. Maybe they'll have like a 90 overall, like super MSP, like the McDavid and the Kucherov we just had as well. But Ray Bourque is another guy I think we could definitely see. Next up, from Buffalo, gotta always mention a goalie here. I think Dominik Hasek, I really do. I mean, come on, Dominator. Some people think he's the best goalie of all time. Unfortunately, I have to disagree, as Martin Brodeur is, but I think Hasek, no question, should get an MSP. I mean, if he doesn't get an MSP, he's getting a card minimum. Everyone I'm mentioning in this video is at least getting a card. That's not like possible if they don't. It's a matter if they're getting MSPs. I mean, I think these are all pretty safe bets to get cards. But Dominik Hasek, I mean, 6'1" goalie though, 166. That's the only unfortunate part about his card is his size, but that's what the Dominator was in real life, and it's crazy he dominated that much with the 6'1" height. So let's move on to the next card. Next up, we have Denis Potvin. All right, I mean, Potvin, another one of the best defensemen, really, of all time. I mean, he won 4 Stanley Cups with the Islanders back in the day. Another OFD here as well. But he is a legend. I mean, there's really not much else to say. He's an absolutely legendary player here, Denis Potvin. And I remember using Potvin's card back in NHL 19, for sure. One of my favorite cards at that time. I mean, just an absolute rocket of a shot. Just such a fun card to use. And I feel like Potvin definitely is a guy that makes a lot of sense to get a card here. Next up, we have Maurice Rocket Richard. So, I mean, come on. We don't really need to say much else. We all know Rocket Richard. I mean, he's literally named after the trophy. He is absolutely deserving of getting a card, and that card would be absolutely sick, actually. It was just like a plus to whatever this card is right now, right? So think about it. He's got 89 speed and 83 overall. So he'd have 90 at 84, 90 at 85, 91 at 86, 91 at 87, 92 at 88, and 92 at 89, but his shot would be pretty sick. And maybe if it was like a 90, who knows, he'd be even 93 speed. So this card has a lot of potential to be outstanding, and I think Rocket Richard deserves a card. I mean, I don't know, do you guys disagree with me? But I think he definitely would deserve one. So Adam Oates, guys, I think he's definitely a great potential player here. I mean, one of the best playmakers probably of all time. I mean, he was such a good player in his prime. I mean, absolutely great player. And I mean, that's what it is, the Gallery of Greats event. So Adam Oates, I think, is another one I could definitely see getting a card tomorrow. These guys, I am going to go with Steven Stamkos. I went to Tampa, see? I'm already forgetting, right? But Steven Stamkos, I think, I mean, you could say what you want. I mean, now he's probably washed, but what a career Stamkos has had. Definitely one of the best players of our generation, at least. I mean, 60-goal season. He's probably scored, what, over 500 goals, I'm assuming, in his career. A Hall of Famer, easily, no question about it. And I think Stamkos, they have to have, like, some, like, modern players, right? I mean, because last year they had Crosby, they had Ovechkin MSPs. It's really hard to exactly predict, who we're going to get here. But, these are some names that I think are very, very likely to potentially get cards. And there's one more card that I think is a pretty good honorable mention as well here. Last but not least, we have Chris Chelios. So I didn't mention any right-handed defensemen. I think Chelios would definitely be a very deserving one. I mean, he played so many games in the NHL. I mean, this card 87 overall is pretty unreal as it is. I mean, honestly, this card's underrated, Loki. Like, I might consider making Chelios my next card here because I have just about enough cards to make another vintage hologram card. So we'll see if that's what I end up going with, this Chelios. But I'm probably really down to Lemieux or Chelios. I don't really know who I want yet, but I mean, he is definitely a guy that I could see getting an MSP or just a card in general for sure for this Gallery of Great event. So let me know who you guys want to see in the Gallery of Greats event. I mean, it should be a very interesting one. I know a lot of you guys don't maybe like the alumni. Some of you guys do if you're older, obviously, but some people probably like, oh, you know, it's boring, but it should be a pretty fun event. Let's see how it goes. If you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please make sure you leave a like, subscribe if not already. Follow me on Twitch, Henreek. I'm live there every single day. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Henreek with 3 E's, and I'll see you guys in the next video.